I'm White Charlie.
And I'm Dangerous.
And we are Live Danger.
And you're watching
BJ
and DG
Talk Wrestling.
What is up, everybody? BJ and DG here, reviewing JCW's Spanksgivin. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Amazing show. So much to talk about. Why don't we get right into it? DG?
Yeah, just real quick as well. The Duke, Violent J, really putting on some great shows since bringing back Lunacy weekly, monthly, however, with the Triller deal. There's like amazing stuff. So, if you're ready, we'll get into reviewing JCW Spanksgivin. Whoop, whoop. So, we get the opening of the show before we see anything ringside or anything with, as I said, the Duke Violent J speaking to Matt Cross, telling him that if he wants another title shot, it has to be earned. He's tired of just handing out title shots. What was your reaction to this?
I mean, it's only fair. And Matt Cross took it about as well as can be expected. And, well, apparently he did something about it, but, you know, that's yet to be determined. But, you know.
We'll definitely get into that later.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I understand because leading up to him losing the title back to the chocolate juggalo Willie Mack, that there was a lot of asking and giving of title matches between them.
Yeah.
It is also time to probably move on to new contenders for that championship. Because if Willie Mack is anything, though, he is a fighting champion.
Yeah, and there's a lot of hungry talent out there in JCW.
Yeah, so now let's get to the main show here. We had also tonight Violent J, the Duke himself, on commentary.
That's right.
Which
That's right.
I really enjoyed. And then after that reveal, we have the manservant Jeeves in the ring to bring out Richie Boy Briar Wellington.
Yeah.
Boy, was his opponent an interesting one. As was, I believe, the 6th Joker card, the Wraith. Who would have thought we would have ever seen the Wraith wrestling?
And the Wraith's got some moves.
Yeah, and they put on a pretty good match. It was a good opener. I really enjoyed it. Usually anything Richie Boy, Briar Wellington entertains me fully. Like, he's just awesome. And the manservant Jeeves, well, I could be with or without him. But what I really did enjoy about this was that with that sleeper hold, which I believe they called the Grim Sleeper because nobody ever wakes up from it. Boy.
So how did you go on?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we'll see if Rich Boy ever ends up waking up.
And, you know, sometimes people just need their sleep, you know. But it was a fun opener, you know. It was a good get the crowd going. A lot of fun. And, you know, after the match, him having to be carried out because, well, he just couldn't wake up. That Grim Sleeper is a serious hold. Then after that, boy, something that very interesting, you know, because the young altar boys, you know, who can't say I am or I'm not fans of. I still just want to know why Johnny Y. Bangin' Matthews.
I don't need to know why. I support whatever decision Johnny makes.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But they take on the Brothers of Funstruction in what was a fun tag team match to watch.
Oh, man.
What did you think of this?
This match was all over the place and in a good way. Just complete insanity. We saw really, what I saw from the young guys there impressed me. Um, I don't know. I think this Johnny influence might be doing the trick because I really saw something from him.
I mean, I do have to say something. Johnny, he knows talent, especially when it comes to tag teams, you know, even though
Oh,
he's not
absolutely.
there at the show
Tag
last.
team specialist.
Yeah, rest in peace, Trey Acid. But he has an eye for good talent. He's mentored the backseats, who we will be talking about later, and are the current JCW tag team champions. But in a match that was pretty much not exactly what I expected. A lot of holy water being thrown around before the match started, you know. But the Brothers of Fun actually pulled this one out, which was I really didn't expect it out. You know, apparently we're talking juggalos and then there's sirens. Like, what do you want me to tell you there? No respect whatsoever. Just driving by here, sirens blaring. Anyway, though, and what was a fun match, and I always enjoy the Brothers of Funstruction.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just always fun, and they had a good reign with those tag team championships up until the Southern Six, and then where those titles are now with the back seats, which we will talk about a little bit later when we talk about the main event. But I definitely do agree with you. The Young Altar Boys did show something. And, I mean, we've seen them hang with the back seats. We've seen them hang with some pretty tough competition. It's just, I'm interested to see where this goes from here. You know, holy Johnny Cashmere's influence, you know, is apparently going to benefit these guys a lot if they listen, which it seems like they are. Any other thoughts on this match?
It was way better than I expected for it to be, and you know, I can see Johnny's influence.
Yeah. Do you think that the Brothers of Funstruction are now possibly the number one contenders to the back seats? That is a match I personally want to see.
I would love to see that match, absolutely.
Because I do believe the Brothers of Funstruction are the longest reigning tag team champions in JCW history, but I could be wrong. I know in recent history they are.
I mean, JCW, there's quite a few tag teams out there in JCW. You know, if the Funstruction fellers out there, you know, if they want that title shot, there's a lot of teams that you know, like I don't know who's in line, but there's a lot of teams who are going to challenge.
I mean, they just did beat the previous tag team champions, who did beat the back seats and then immediately lose them right back. But we're talking about two teams who haven't necessarily gotten another shot back at those belts, that just had a match, and the Brothers of Funstruction came out on top. I think maybe they might be in line for a future title shot somewhere against the back seats, which that match could probably steal the show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, and I'm definitely looking forward to that match, but I don't want to see it right away. You know, I want to see them get there.
Yeah, it's just a match somewhere down the road that me personally I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to one of the more viral gimmicks we have seen in recent memory, anywhere in wrestling. We have Officer Colt Cabana taking on Cocaine. Which anybody who's spoken to me about this knows I am a huge fan of this Cocaine character. It's just absolutely amazing. It's funny. It's fun. And the fans just absolutely love it.
Yeah. And not to mention that Colt Cabana is killing this gimmick. The promo that he cut before the match was phenomenal. His police work in the match was fantastic, even though it took him a little while to figure out
The girl, the little girl at ringside that he was basically heckling the entire time in his entrance. Like this whole Officer Colt Cabana thing is just fun. It's annoying, but it's annoying in a fun way.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I absolutely
because
love it.
let's be honest. In JCW, if it's the one thing you wouldn't want to be, I'm assuming it's a cop. And he goes out there and just takes the crap from those fans every time he's in front of them.
Oh yeah. Oh no, he's putting on one hell of a performance as Officer Colt Cabana.
Yeah. And then you have Cocaine coming out with a new look. Oh, the mask. I just absolutely love that mask.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand the circumstances surrounding the slight character change, but I mean, without outright being a replica of another character, he made the right changes and did the right things visually to stand out and separately and not look like this other character. Yeah, and the whole getup was amazing. The mask, the flak vest.
It's just it's going to be fun when he's coming out. Like everything was just fun with that match. From them patting down Cocaine to find his 8-ball.
Oh yeah, he stashed it already.
Yeah, which we find out, boy. But Colt Cabana having to cheat his way to a victory for somebody who's supposed to enforce the law, he really does break the rules a lot.
I'm sure he would have like some kind of speech about how he has to.
Yeah, well, it's still abuse of power. That's all I'm saying. Give a man a baton and a flashlight and he thinks he's God.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. But in the end, he somehow cheated to get that win. But this is him, Cocaine, taking that 8-ball out, dumping it onto the turnbuckle, and just going face first into the.
That was amazing.
Oh, like everything with this gimmick, and I've seen other versions of it, whatever.
Right.
This is the best one. Not to sit there and crap on anybody else, but, this guy's doing it right.
Well, leave it to the master to do it right. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. So, now, after that, we have the first defense of the JCW Women's Championship with Big Al, Alice Crawley, taking on Danny Moe. What a match. Like, this was, I believe, the third time these two have faced each other in JCW. So this was the rubber match.
Right.
And
Danny, phenomenal athlete, amazing skill set.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And both these ladies can go.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe possibly the match of the night, I would even say. Because I felt like they put on a really good show out there. You could see that the different styles. Like, Alice Crawley was definitely the harder hitter of the two. But Danny Moe just keeps coming forward, no matter what you hit her with.
Not just forward, she was all over the place. Up on the turnbuckle, she flying all over.
she holds the record for being the highest elevation for a women's wrestling match, or is it just a wrestling match in the general purpose?
I know nothing about that.
They use it as part of her announcement, and I'm just brain farting on it at the moment. I apologize for not having that proper, but this was a good match. It was at a good spot in the card, and both these ladies went out there and did their damn thing, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then after that, we move on to Conga Khan and Painful Paul taking on Tarzan and JJ Allen in tag team action.
You didn't say who won.
Oh, well, I do apologize. Danny Moe retained her championship. Again, and what was, I think, quite possibly the match of the night. You know, my brain's just skipping ahead. Now, on to Conga Khan and Painful Paul up against Tarzan and JJ Allen in some tag team action.
These guys, these absolute monsters. Congo Kong, just, I mean, you know, I used to watch him back in the day in TNA. This guy's just an absolute beast. And Painful Paul, I wasn't that familiar with Painful Paul, but like, I mean, with that size,
Oh yeah,
you know, he's just an intimidating figure right off the bat. You know,
neither one of those men would I want to cross in a bar or a dark alley, just to say.
oh, absolutely.
Painful Paul, I do believe, played the Undertaker on Young Rock.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of familiar with some. He's somebody that, like I said, I don't want to cross in any wrong way, because I just fear what either of those men would do to me. And Tarzan and JJ Allen put up a fight against them.
Yeah. When you see the size difference, you don't think you're going to get as good of a match as this was.
No, definitely not, because it's definitely a conflict of styles where you have these two giants who just destroy everything in their path.
Yeah.
Going against two guys that, in their respectable divisions and for their size, kind of also do the same thing. JJ Allen, who's also a deathmatch wrestler, like, he's no stranger to any of that pain and stuff like that. And
Right.
Tarzan, he's from New Jersey. Like, there's a guy from the jungle from New Jersey. Hey, we'll roll with it.
I've been to the jungle in New Jersey.
The Pine Barrens don't count.
No, the jungle, not the forest.
But in the end, those giants defeat Tarzan and JJ Allen. But it wasn't, even for those big guys, it was not an easy match.
Oh no. Just absolutely hard hitting. The little guys put up, like I said, way more of a fight than I would have ever thought.
The little guys fought like the big guys.
Yeah.
Like, I think it might have even caught Conga Khan and Painful Paul off guard a little bit. Like,
I definitely, yeah.
And then after that, now this is a match I have been personally wanting to talk about. We have Roddy Suavino taking on this mystery person who Violent J on commentary said he did not know who he is, where he's from, or anything like that. All he had was his wrestling record of wins and losses. And they just called him the Misfit. And go ahead.
Oh, no, I had nothing. I was just going to talk about his entrance music, but...
Okay, go ahead.
No. Going with the Misfit theme, his entrance music was just like a generic 3-chord, like, punk riff with, like, a change every fourth, and, like, yeah, you know, it was, you could tell it was, like, thrown together. You could tell this guy is definitely somebody else. You know what I mean?
Oh, I definitely have my theories on who I think the Misfit is.
Yeah, yeah. I think everybody has a good idea who the Misfit might
I
be.
mean, and the Misfit makes pretty quick work of Roddy Suavino. It it wasn't a long match by any means. And I even posted on social media on my Instagram story that the Misfit could get a good look at his face because of the whatever it was on his face, pantyhose, I guess that was just blue. Whatever the mask was, that his build, even down to the knee pads. Like it really did look a lot like Matt Cross, didn't it?
And maybe it's just me. Maybe it was a fever dream, but I really feel like in his name card during his entrance, it did say Matt Cross and then switch over to uh, the Misfit. But I went back and looked, and if it did, they edited it. Go on.
So, yeah. With the match and everything, Matt Cross having to be told not to have another title, he can't have another title shot handed to him. Is he coming out as a masked wrestler just to say as somebody else to try to get another shot at that championship?
You know he'd do anything.
I mean, I can't see it being him, but all the evidence, just from even what I saw, like it just looked build, even the in-ring style, just screamed Matt Cross to me.
Yeah, I feel like you could even see a little bit of the beard coming out of the bottom.
Or at least through what he was wearing. Like you could make
Yeah.
out the features
You could see the
almost.
beard color. Yeah, I feel
You
like
could see enough of it.
yeah, no, yeah, I strongly believe that he is the Misfit, and I don't know. We'll see what happens with this whole situation.
Yeah, it's very interesting to say the least. So after that, we get on to the Backseat Boys coming out with an open challenge to anybody to face them for those JCW Tag Team Championships.
And I'm afraid for anybody who who's just you know has the
And
bravado to
yeah,
take on the Backseat Boys.
as we personally know, like the Backseats aren't anybody who lay down. They will fight until you either have to chain them down or just
Literally.
beat the crap out of them to
Yeah.
the point where they can't get up. We've seen it firsthand. But they have their open challenge. The Duke Violent J earlier tonight in a promo we saw, and he said, I know who they are, but you guys just need to go get ready. Come to find out, it is the tag team Grim Reality.
Yeah.
Who I'm not fully familiar with these guys, but after what I saw last night in the match that they gave the Backseats, to where there were a couple moments where I thought these titles could have changed hands.
Oh yeah, yeah. But you knew the Backseats weren't going to give up the titles to some outsiders. And props to what were they called again?
Grim Reality.
Grim Reality. And I think the best I can do with their individual names is big something and the letter. I don't remember their names. I'm not familiar with them, but like they really showed me something. Those guys, that's the closest I've seen the Backseats come to losing those straps in a long time.
Yeah, and it just shows the level of competition and the prestige that any JCW championship has. Not just the tag team titles because they're on the back seats, who are 2-time champions with the little hiccup to the Altar Boys, which was absolute crap, but that's another conversation for another time. But really, props to these guys for coming out and giving the backseats the fight that they did. And props to the backseats for giving an open challenge, because anybody who's ever spoken to me anything wrestling, especially when it comes to open challenges, I always say they're not a good idea. You could think you're prepared and you get caught off guard. But it takes a lot of balls to put your titles up like that, just against anybody. Because it doesn't have to be a tag team. It could be two normal guys that's like, hey, let's go try and win those titles. And the next thing you know, you get Conga Khan and Painful Paul out there. But to circle back around to a match we spoke about earlier, if there's going to be a declared number one contender at the moment for those tag titles, I wouldn't be surprised to see it be the Brothers of Funstruction.
Agreed. I just want to see more action determine that.
You know, I think that, especially being the dedication that the Brothers of Funstruction have had to JCW and what the backseats have shown in their loyalty to JCW, I think it's a match that is in the making. And how much I personally want it sooner than later, you know, if I have to wait a little bit, I'm okay with that. I just think that it's a match, especially for the tag team titles, that not only do I want to see, but I think the fans deserve to see it as well, especially if they're loyal JCW fans.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So, do you have anything else on that match that may have stuck out to you?
I mean, you know, just backseat business as usual.
And also, I don't have a picture of them to show, but there are new backseat t-shirts that are the JCW backseat t-shirts. Just that I believe will be on this for sale on the Psychopathic Vault soon. So I would say keep an eye out for those. I saw a picture of them from the show, and they're pretty cool shirts. I'll be getting myself one. So, I guess moving on now, we are moving on to the JCW American Championship match with Caleb Conley defending against Facade and Mosh Pit Mime. A great match.
Oh my God, this Mosh Pit Mime was. I mean, it wasn't strictly comedy, but there were moments when like pretty much everything stopped, and it was you know, it was a comedic routine.
Oh, it was just seeing him, like, there was one point where he has Caleb Conley in the ropes, and it's like he has like a screwdriver or a fake spike, and it's almost like you saw Caleb Conley selling, not being hit.
The ref patting him down and him pulling out all these objects and handing them to the ref, and the ref just like putting them down. That was just great. That was just comedy.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, there were a couple big moments in this match, though. There was a moment where I thought Facade was legitly injured.
Oh, by the way, Facade the Neon Ninja is just the absolute man. I was, you know, I briefly met him a few months back, and he's just a really nice guy, and just an amazing talent. Come on.
Him and Danny Moe. The Neon Ninjas as a whole, like, there's somebody else who I could see somewhere down the line challenging for tag team titles in JCW. Just putting that out there. That's something else I wouldn't mind seeing, regardless of who the champions are. If it was the backseats, that'd be beautiful. But, you know, it is what it is when you get to that point. But this match really had a lot of hard-hitting and high-risk moments. I mean, you always have high risk with Facade.
Oh, yeah. He's all over the place.
This match was just absolutely amazing. Like, Caleb Conley, people might not agree with how he does things, but he gets the job done. And he deserves that championship. I thought that when he won it. that, hey, he earned that and he deserved it. We've seen the interview with him with the title belt on Spokecast.
Right. Well, yeah. Yeah, he was on. That's right.
He also recently did something with the Nation's Corner as well, which is something else to check out. But this match was just really fun.
Yeah. Facade just bouncing all over the place like he does. Conley just doing whatever he can. I mean, just a very good three-way match.
Yeah,
Very
I'm just
soft,
hoping that Facade's okay because he did take a nasty spill at one point in that match. And hopefully it was just something not too serious and just a hard bump. Because I don't want to see somebody like him go down for any amount of time. Any event that he's on is one that's going to be better off having him on it than not.
When I met him, he was actually in a neck brace, but still wrestled that night. I think he'll be all right.
Yep, and now to our main event of the evening, where we have Mickey Knuckles, Matt Cross, and the JCW World Champion, the Chocolate Juggalo, Willie Mack, taking on the Southern Six.
Southern Six.
Southern Six. All right, now that we got that out of the way, because if I was going to do it once, that was the spot. This match was something else for a 6-person tag team match. Like, they really went out. Number one, let's talk about how Southern Six tried to fake a snake bite, and Violent J believed it.
Hey, there was evidence.
Yeah, and then there was more evidence that it was completely orchestrated. I mean, I guess if you could edit a video that good to fool the Duke, I guess you gotta be good at something. Kerry Morton just, I don't know what it is, but his role is just perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he is also wrestling royalty, I guess, in a way. But these guys, they're a good team. How much they might try and weasel their way out of a match that they won anyway, so I don't know why they weaseled out of it. They obviously had a plan.
Yeah, but if they didn't have to, they didn't want to, I guess. I don't know.
And Mickey Knuckles, Matt Cross, and Willie Mack had them beat. All individually at one point in that match.
Listen to that team you just said. Willie Mack, Mickey Knuckles, and Matt Cross. That's like an indie dream team.
Yeah, I understand that 100%. But the Southern Six have nothing to be ashamed of and should be able to stand up to that team.
Oh, absolutely.
And they did. They won.
They did. But it's like, no, we got this. But do we have to? All right, can we get out of it?
I give them props for trying. Kerry Morton sold the hell out of that snake bite like he was dying. Like Mickey Knuckles, just props to her for that match. That boot shot at the end.
Oh God.
Matt Cross at one point had the match won, and then the referee comes in. You're not the legal man. Since when do referees pay attention with that much action going on? How could you know who the legal person was at that point? You weren't even in the ring when anything was happening. I was watching, and I didn't know who the legal person was.
I kind of lost track myself. Not that I am any kind of chef the ref or anything, but no, man, there was too much chaos going on. It was too crazy.
Yeah, so that referee, granted, he's trying to do his job, probably should have at least started that count there, because even Willie Mack argued it with the referee, like, what are you doing? Why are you not counting this? So I believe it was Matt Cross. I think it was pinning Silas or Kerry Morton.
I can't remember. They all look the same to me.
Yeah, Kerry Morton just sticks out because he's the skinny one. The Southern
Leave that to the
Six.
outside.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, the
Go.
Southern Six using that boot to hit Mickey Knuckles upside the head and then pin her. It's not often you see her take a pinfall. And
No. Especially when being so dominant in the match.
Yeah. I'm just like, what these guys won't go anywhere we'll do anything to get the job done.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? That's fine. But I feel like that referee may have screwed over Matt Cross because that would have been a good victory for him, right? Like, we're talking about getting back into a world title picture, and that referee chose not to count the 3.
Well, if he is the misfit, I'm sure he'll be fine, and that won't affect him at all.
I'm pretty sure as well.
Also, by the way, I just want to say, like, the Southern Six are, that character work, all of it. It's just an amazing throwback to, like, the late 70s, 80s, like Southern
Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, type style gimmicks.
Amazing tribute, and I don't even know if it's really a tribute. That might just be the lifestyle that they're living, but I'm loving every second of it.
Even kind of Freebirdish, right? In a way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Like,
it reminds me of all that old NWA, all that stuff.
It's good company to be in when you're being spoken of at that caliber.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and that's consider that every bit of a compliment. I mean, these guys are really like, they're giving off that persona. I feel like they're totally throwbacks to early 80s NWA.
Yeah, totally. Anything else you got from the show? Any other takes?
Excellent show, and I'm in. Can't wait till next event.
Everything that JCW has done, the past 4, 5, 6 months has been absolutely amazing. Like, the shows are very well put together. I love the storytelling. Like, the Duke is doing a fantastic job here getting this stuff together. And now they have their product on Fight TV, Trailer Plus, whatever it is. And that's just absolutely amazing because that's a huge platform to be on, not just here on YouTube. They're just doing a fantastic job. And I'm very excited to see where the future goes for them because right now the sky's the limit. And there's going to be no stopping them in the next couple of years. This momentum continues. Mm-hmm. I would even say they could become something like GCW.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like, everything is there for it.
Yeah. If they had the ambition, I could definitely see something like that happening. Yeah. And the Backseat Boys are going to have these titles for a long, long time.
Well, I certainly hope so, but I wouldn't be opposed depending on who beat them. Because if somebody beats them or when somebody does, because let's be honest, no title reign is forever. Nothing but respect to the backseats, and they know this. On any given day, something can happen, and hopefully the team that beats them earns it. And they just don't cheat it from them or something like that.
Yeah.
But if that is it for us today, thank you everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I am the Danger Ginger. He's BJ Drinks Beer. And we will see you on the other side. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.